Another word for a counterfeit fragrance is a fake fragrance, man. Look at this Louis Vuitton. This is a fake Louis Vuitton. The collar be coming off sometimes. I don't know if it's gonna come off now, but this is a fake bottle. This is not how Louis Vuitton imagination is supposed to look. Now, there is a remarkable difference between a fragrance that wants to attempt to imitate another fragrance and someone that is literally trying to trick the buyer into buying something that's not genuine or legitimate. That is what separates fakes from dupes from clones. Now, you might hear somebody use dupe and clones interchangeable, but they really don't mean the same thing. Let's talk about what a fake fragrance is.
I'm a money magnet, draped in designer, I stay high fashion. Tissue Bushi, know I'm high maintenance.
A fake fragrance is basically a fragrance that's trying to trick the buyer into buying the real fragrance. They copy the bottle, they copy the packaging, but they sometimes do a bad job at recreating the real scent. So people with a good nose will be able to get a fake, smell it, and be like, nah. But I'm so good at finding out fakes. It's kind of like I can just feel the type of glass. I can just see the type of cap it got. I can just see the letters. I just know the high quality products I be buying. So I can tell a fake from anywhere. Fakes are usually sold on third party sellers like eBay, Amazon. So you gotta stay a little vigilant, pay attention. And a lot of people have disposable profiles on Amazon and eBay, okay? So they just sell a few things that's fake and just delete the little profile as soon as they make their money. Some of these counterfeiters has becoming very detail oriented, trying to really make these fake fragrances look like the real thing. But no matter what they do, a real expert, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of careful examination and careful comparisons will always be able to smell a fake fragrance and know it's not the real thing. Now let's talk about what a dupe fragrance is. So check this out, man. We have Versace Eros, and then we have this Valiant. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Valiant Perfume. This is what a dupe is, okay? A dupe is a fragrance that sounded like the name of the original, and it kind of looked like the original as well. Or they at least try to look as good as the original with like a widely varying degree of success. They try to get the scent as close to the original, you know what I mean? But anybody who understands about fragrances like Dior Savage, you know, they got 1 billion. Them are dupes, okay? They are not counterfeit fakes. They are people who, you know what I mean, just make the fragrance look as close as they can without doing too much copyright and then changing the name so they won't get hit with no legal fees. And some people might get tricked. Like I remember this one dude was like, yeah, I got me the new Paco Invictus, but it wasn't Invictus. It was like something else, but I don't know what it was, but it wasn't Paco, okay? But he had a dupe, okay? I also don't get too mad at people who sell dupes on a simple fact that, you know, it's like a parody of a product, and knowledge is power. So if people just not paying attention, that's on you, okay? Like it's kind of like when you buying a fake Louis belt, but it's not LV, it's like LL, and you're like, yeah, I got a Louis belt. It's like, no, you don't got a Louis belt. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a Louis. That's a Louis belt. You ain't got no Louis Vuitton belt. You got the Louis. Sorry, blame your mama. All right, now let's talk about clone fragrances like Haramain Amber Oud Ruby Edition. Okay, smells almost identical to Maison Francis Baccarat Rouge. It smells very identical. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about when I say clone. There's a reason why I never call fragrances dupes. I always call them clones. I don't deal with dupes. Clones are attempting to recreate the original fragrance without the same type of visual representation. There are literally almost no genuine attempts to try to copy anything visual about the original fragrance. It's all about the smell. That's all they care about. And I feel like that's the only thing that really matters if you are trying to clone a fragrance or copy off somebody. You just want to give it to the poor for the highest quality. I feel like that's kind of like a Robin Hood type of thing. Like you understand that these companies are charging so much for these fragrances, so you want to try your best to try to give another class of people that same type of vibe, but still have the integrity where you're not trying to copy another billion-dollar company 1-to-1. You know what I mean? Clones are God's gift to earth, especially when they can get up to like 90% close to the original scent. Some clones smell 1-to-1. Some clones even smell better than the original. Some clones smell better and last longer than the original that cost 10 times more than the clone. So there's a lot of things going on out here, y'all, okay? The last fragrance I want to talk about is like inspired by clones. Now, these are the fragrance companies that have the most integrity out of everybody else on the market, because they literally says in their description they are trying to smell like this fragrance. They not trying to rip them off and lie about it. We just trying to tell y'all what we trying to do, and this is what it is. A lot of people who are infamous with doing that is companies like the Dupes brand. Also me as well. I told y'all yesterday that the 3 new fragrances I'm coming out with. I got that Bitter Flame, Wings of Jasmine. I got some of that Sun God Smells Like 40 Knots by Zerzar. Okay, them are inspired by fragrances as well. Okay, I feel like inspired by is like the highest integrity. You know what I'm saying? Because what's better than just being honest and having a real good story behind it? Like, I'm making fragrances that don't cost that much so people can afford them. That sounds like a good thing to me. If you find anybody that's ever selling fake fragrances, please report them. Okay, I feel like they are scum of the earth. You shouldn't be tricking anybody out here. You know what I mean? You can do things with a little bit more class. Okay, a little bit more manlier. It just make you look like a good person when you're not out here just screwing people over. You feel me? All right, y'all. That's all I gotta say. I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Big Boss. I'm out.